Now it's time for us to continue our study on Samadhi now. Yeah, as always, we will do the prayer first. Because with the prayer, we could be installed with the strength from the Buddha. So now let's sit upright, place our palms together, and concentrate on the prayer below. We take refuge with our fundamental Bani. We take refuge with Shakyamuni Buddha. We take refuge with all the triple jewel of the 10 directions and the 3 periods of time. Verse for opening future, and surpass profound and wonderful Dharma in hundreds of millions of years is difficult to encounter. When I see and hear it, receive and behold it, and without you fathom the Tathagata's true meaning, and without you practice the Tathagata's true way, and without you attain the Tathagata's true state, without that we can spontaneously express the Buddha's understanding, Buddha's view, Buddha's wisdom, Buddha's merit and virtue, Buddha's capability and Buddha's state through our actions, speech, and thoughts. We also vow that all the living beings can enter into the Buddha's understanding, Buddha's view, Buddha's wisdom, Buddha's merit and virtue, Buddha's capability, and Buddha's state all into us. So that's the prayer. And yesterday, we've learned a sentence as above here. Sentence 83. Now let's go ahead with 84. So 84 is about because there is a connection between these two sentences. So we just leave the sentence 83 here. So first, let's go ahead with the review on sentence 83, okay?
Stillness is not something separate from movement. It is not opposite to movement. In Samadhi, stillness is recognized to be identical with movement.
I think we made a mistake. I
cannot see the video.
Okay, I will change the video. I will change the mode. I will change the mode. I will change the mode of sharing, okay?
Okay.
I will sharing the. So can you see the video now?
Yes.
It works now, right? Okay.
I can see.
Yes, it's quite different. Okay. I think it's magic. Okay. Now I think I made a mistake about the stillness. Here it is. I think here it is. Stillness. Yeah. Today we've learned a sentence about stillness, and so this sentence we've learned yesterday. I will mark it in red, okay? So what is the color? I even cannot find the color. Okay, so that's what we learned yesterday, and today we'll go ahead with what is stillness, and yeah, let's go ahead.
Form is identical to emptiness. Something separate from movement. It is not opposite to movement. In Samadhi, stillness is not something separate from movement. It is not opposite to movement. In stillness is not something separate from movement. It is not opposite to movement. Stillness is not something separate from movement. It is not opposite to movement. Stillness is not something separate from movement. It is not opposite to movement.
So here, stillness is to describe is a character of immanent self. So I think we can go ahead with it. Yeah, to realize that stillness or emptiness in every aspect of life, every facet of oneself, is to become emptiness dancing as all things. So here, stillness or emptiness, yeah, both the two words are describing the immanent self. So it means that actually samadhi is not just in meditation. It should be in every facet of life, every facet of ourselves. So that's it, ourselves. So that's the issue. And yeah, yesterday we learned a sentence: stillness is not something separate from movement. It is not opposite to movement. Stillness, yeah, sometimes we know that, yeah, usually, yeah, generally speaking, stillness is opposite to movement, right? They're no they're the autonym. Do you know autonym? But here, yeah, it is quite different. Um, an, anto, maybe antonym, anto. I'm not sure how to. Yeah, maybe here is an antonym. Yeah, I will check it out in dictionary, and let's find it out. So antonym. So actually, yeah, generally speaking, they're the opposite. The antonym, stillness and movement. But here it says stillness is not something separate from movement. It means that at every moment, yeah, such as we're using the screen, and the screen is a stillness, but all the feminine, okay, all the feminine appears on the screen are stillness. So do you think feminine is different from screen? So actually they are the same. Stillness is not separate from movement, and all the phenomena is not separated from the screen. So that's the yeah that's the issue about the immanent self, and on the immanent self, the phenomena issue. So let's double check the word again. I cannot pronounce it. Antonym. Antonym. Okay, antonym. So this stillness is not something separate from movement. It is not opposite to movement. This is the issue. That yeah, and then continue this sentence. There is go on ahead. Yeah, followed by this sentence. This another sentence about stillness. Stillness is is recognized to be identical with movement. Form is identical to emptiness. So here, form is emptiness, and yeah, as it says in the Heart Suture 心经里面就是有空不异色，色不异空，空即是色，色即是空，就这一段的变数。Okay. Now let's go to follow the sentence we've learned yesterday.
In samadhi, stillness is recognized to be identical with movement. Form is identical to emptiness. This is nonsensical to the mind because in stillness is not something separate from movement. It is not opposite to movement. Stillness is not something separate from movement. It is not opposite to movement.
Yeah, so who would like to follow in? Stillness is not something separate from movement. It is not opposite to movement. So who would like to try? Just get a mic yourself, okay?
Okay.
Okay,
So
please.
I will follow it.
Okay.
Stillness is not something separate from movement. It is not opposite to movement.
Wow, yeah, twice, please. One more time.
Stillness is not something separate from movement. It is not opposite to movement.
All right, and would you like to recite it?
Okay. Stillness is not something separate from movement. It is not opposite to the movement.
Yeah, to movement
Oh,
and
to
from movement. Yeah, one more time, please.
Stillness is not something separate from movement. It is not separate. It is not opposite to movement. Thank you.
Yes, perfect. So how about you, Grace? Would you like to try? Hi,
Yes,
Grace.
okay. Yeah, okay.
Read it first, and then I think we can recite it. Keep it in
Yeah.
mind. Read it from memory,
Yes.
okay?
Yeah, okay. Stillness is not something separate from movement. It is not opposite to movement. It is not opposite to movement.
Mm-hmm.
Stillness is not something separate from movement. It is not opposite to movement. Okay, decided.
Yeah, recite it.
Stillness is not something separate from movement. It is not opposite to movement. Yes.
Yeah, perfect. So here we can see there are two phrases. Yeah, be separate from and also be opposite to, right?
Yes, right.
So we cannot be opposite to the mentor's teaching to the mentor. So we just follow him. Okay, so here and be separate from. Yeah, we also cannot be separate from him. Otherwise, he needs to look for us for many years. Okay, it's very interesting. So here, be separate from and be opposite to. So that's it. And there's two phrases. So hello, Mary, would you like to follow it? Are you with us?
Yeah. I'm here.
Glad
Are you
to
hear me? Okay.
Yeah, can hear you clearly, very clearly.
Yeah. And
just read it twice and then try to recite it. Okay.
Okay, I'll try it. Stillness is not something separate from movement. It is not opposite to movement. Two times?
Yeah, 2 times.
Okay.
Yes.
Stillness is not something separate from movement. It is not opposite to movement.
Yeah. Recite it, please.
Okay. Stillness is not something separate from movement. It is not opposite to movement.
Yes, perfect. Yeah, enjoyable. Thank you so much. So that's it. Yeah, that's what we learned yesterday. And let's go ahead about stillness. Yeah, and to further explain stillness is the same with movement. Now let's go ahead.
Stillness is not something separate from movement. It is not opposite to movement. In Samadhi, stillness, it is not opposite to movement. In Samadhi, stillness is recognized to be identical with movement. Form is identical to emptiness. In Samadhi, stillness is recognized to be identical with movement. Form is identical to emptiness. In Samadhi, stillness is recognized to be identical with movement. Form is identical to emptiness. In Samadhi, stillness is recognized to be identical with movement. Form is identical to emptiness.
Yeah, here and in Samadhi, stillness is recognized to be identical with movement. Oh, stillness is recognized to be form is recognized to be identical. With emptiness. So here, form is identical to emptiness. So we need to get to know identical. Here, the first part is about be identical with movement, and the other part is form is identical to. Yeah, I think identical can be identical. Yeah, identical to something, identical with something. So two, both of them are okay. So I think we need to learn identical with or identical to. Yeah, they are the same meaning. It means similar in very detail, in every detail, not very detail, every detail. So what's the difference between identical and the same? So Daisy, do you know the difference between identical and same?
Okay, same means exactly 100% the same, but identical, just similar in every detail. Not actually 100% the same.
Yes, there is here some difference, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you're excellent. Similar, it means it look like the same, but actually not the same. Yeah, thank you so much. So now let's go ahead. This sentence, I think is, I think we need to use, I don't know how to say it, 分号, colon, 分号, I forget.
Yes.
Yeah, here. Yeah, because there are two separate sentences, but the meaning is continuous. The meaning is the same. So we'll go ahead with it. And the grammatic issue, I think just be recognized too. So recognize, we need to write it here, okay? Recognized. I didn't prepare well. Recognized. Recognized. So how can I recognized? So come on. Recognize a new word. Identical with identical to. So here identical. Recognize, what does it mean? I think we can check it into dictionary directly. Okay. So recognized, it means regard. Let's just double check what does it mean. To be recognized, to be, yeah, here. Yeah, in this way. Maybe in this way. Okay, this way. Be recognized as something, it means to be thought of as very good, important by people in general. So here, recognize, yes, it means, yeah, 公认. Be recognized as something here. And in Samadhi, stillness is recognized to be identical with movement. Form, yeah, is also in Samadhi, okay? Sorry, in Samadhi. In Samadhi, form is identical to emptiness. So recognize, let's pronounce it again. Recognize. And the past participle is recognized. Recognized. So recognize. So let's analyze this sentence again. So stillness is recognized to be, so first one, the first grammatic issue is first point is about be recognized to do something. Be recognized to, and the second one is be identified with. Be identical, with. Also, be identical to, they are the same meaning. Okay, just as talk with somebody or talk to somebody. Talk with somebody, it means the two together, and one is with another. Two, it means A to B. A is the core. A is the core. So they are the same meaning. Not we can when there is no need to separate to distinguish be identical with or the identical to. They're the same meaning. Okay, so that's it. That's the grammatic issue. Let's focus on follow it. Okay.
In Samadhi, stillness is recognized to be identical with movement.
So in Samadhi, stillness, Samadhi should be stressed. Samadhi. In Samadhi, stillness is recognized. Okay. This one, recognized to be identical with movement. A form, form now, it means 色界的 Okay, form is identical to emptiness. So that's the words we need to pay attention to highlight. Okay, let's go ahead. Double check.
Form is identical to emptiness. In Samadhi, stillness is recognized to be identical with movement. Form is identical to emptiness.
So that's it. Who would like to read it? Please follow it. Follow the video to read it. Just do it yourself. Okay.
I will do it.
Okay.
In Samadhi, stillness is recognized to be identical with movement. Form is identical to emptiness.
Yeah, Thais.
In Samadhi, stillness is recognized to be identical with movement. Form is identical to emptiness.
Yes, genius.
Emptiness.
Yeah, emptiness. Yeah, perfect now. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you for your excellent reading. So, and Grace, would you like to try?
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah,
In
your
Samadhi,
your voice is so loud, is so good. Yeah, okay, sound effect is good. Okay, please go ahead.
Yeah, okay, thank you. In Samadhi, stillness is recognized to be identical with movement. Form is identical to emptiness.
Twice. One more time.
Yeah. In Samadhi, stillness is recognized to be identical with movement. Form is identical to emptiness.
Sorry. So would you like to try to read it again?
不是 from 是这里是 form sorry 我一直我在想就 from
that's it.
sorry
From they're the same. The four letters are the same, but the order is different. From FROM. Here is FORM. Yeah, okay. Thank you for your reading. Yes, thank you. Now time for you. Yeah. Hello, Mary. Are you still with us? Would you like to?
Yeah, okay.
I will play it for you first. I like you to shadow it. I think your pronunciation is so good. Okay.
Thank you.
In Samadhi, stillness is recognized to be identical with movement. Form is identical to emptiness.
Please just do it.
Okay. In samadhi, stillness is recognized to be identical with movement. Form is identical to emptiness.
Yeah, one more time.
In samadhi, stillness is recognized to be identical with movement. Form is identical to emptiness.
Genius, yes. Thank you
Thank
so much. Enjoyable.
In samadhi, stillness is recognized to be identical with movement. Form is identical to emptiness.
All right. In samadhi, stillness is recognized to be identical with movement. Form is identical to emptiness. In samadhi, stillness is recognized to be identical with movement. Form is identical to emptiness. In samadhi, stillness is recognized to be identical with movement. Form is identical to emptiness. Okay, that's it. Time for us to recite it. Yeah, Daisy, you please, would you like to try?
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Okay.
In samadhi, stillness is recognized to be identical with movement. Form is identical to emptiness.
Yes, twice. Okay, one more time.
Yeah, okay. In samadhi, stillness is recognized to be identical with movement. Form is identical to emptiness.
Genius. Yeah, that's it.
Thank
Thank you. Yeah, what a good memory. Yeah, you have. Okay, you are amazing. So who like to try more? Grace?
Yes, okay. In samadhi, stillness is recognized to be identical with emptiness, with movement.
Yes, movement.
Form is identical to emptiness. Yeah.
Yes, one more time.
Yeah. Okay. In samadhi, in samadhi, stillness is recognized to be identical with movement. Form is identical to emptiness. Yeah.
Yes, genius. That's it. Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, and your turn, Mary, please.
Yeah, okay. In samadhi, stillness is recognized to be identical with movement. Form is identical to emptiness.
Genius. Yeah, that's
Okay,
it.
thank
That's
you.
correct. Yeah, one more time. Yeah, twice.
One more? Okay.
Yeah, okay, one more.
In samadhi, stillness is recognized to be identical with movement. Form is Form is identical to emptiness.
Genius. Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
it. Yeah, the tempo, you did it so well. 就是这个节奏感也是非常好的。Okay, I will do it. In samadhi, stillness is recognized to be identical with movement. Form is identical to emptiness. In samadhi, stillness is recognized to be identical with movement. Form is identical to emptiness. Okay, thank you so much. So there are two antonym. There are two antonyms, right? Stillness is opposite. Actually, stillness is the antonym of movement. Form is the antonym of emptiness. But in the immanent self, they're the same. They are identical, not the same. Identical. Yeah, they are identical with each other. Identical. So that's the meaning. Identical, similar, very, very similar, but not exactly the same. 就在这里，就是说，在三摩地当中，就是这个空性的那个寂静之相，空性的寂静之相，他认为跟这个我们的这个动啊，就是 起为世界，静为虚空啊，那个起就是那个动，所有的这个动是一样的。然后这个物质界就 form 是指这个物质界，色跟空也是一样的，色不异空，空不异色，色即是空，空即是色。在这里就说了，色即是空，空即是色，色即是空。Form is identical to emptiness。所以这里他没有说 is emptiness， 这样说的话，它就是非常的符合这个英文的逻辑，因为色它本来还是有的，这个物质界它怎么会直接的是空呢？它这个就是它用了 identical to 会更符合这个世间人的这个逻辑。So that's the point. And I think it's very interesting, right? And that you, yeah. In that case, we can use words, use English to describe the immanent self, to describe the true self, right? True self now. So that's our English, high level and high end, high level. And time is up, right? 40 minutes. Yeah, more than 40 minutes, but there's no end. I'm not sure what's the issue now. So time for us to say goodbye and catch up next time. Same time, same place here, okay? See you.
Good day. Thank you
Yeah,
for
see you.
inviting me.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for your time.
Bye.
See you. Bye.
Thank you so much. Good
I
day.
don't know. Yeah, well, can I end? Okay. Yeah, goodbye.
Good day.